You have the temples that each political leader, male and female, made a contribution to the great Karnak temple complex. And near the temple complex, within that temple complex, is the sacred lake. And around it are the obelisks. So you almost have an inspiration for the mirrored pool that is before the Washington Monument in the Nile Valley. Then near the mirrored pool and the symbol of the obelisk, or the TEKHEN, is a pillar temple. At the other end of the Washington Monument, so you have the Capitol, you have the Washington Monument, and then you have the Lincoln Memorial. The Lincoln Memorial is a pillar temple. Now people would say, well, yes, Dr. Jeffries, but that's a pillar temple inspired by the Greeks' temple on the Parthenon and the Acropolis. But if you look at what inspired the Greek temple on the Parthenon, in other words, on the Acropolis in Athens, Greece, was the Parthenon, and they built this pillar temple to the goddess Athena, but it really was dedicated to the Greek warrior, the Greek male warriors, and their victory over the Persians at Marathon at about 490 BC. And so 450 BC, they built this temple. This temple was inspired by the pillar temple, the greatest pillar temple of the ancient world, built 1,000 years before it. The pillar temple built by Amenhotep III and expanded by Ramses II and others. So the Lincoln Memorial has at its root, when you dig deep, the inspiration from the Nile.
And so even Washington, when you go to the Washington Monument, when you go inside, you see George Washington sitting down again, trying to imitate Ma'at-Ra, and above his head is the Bagat. The Bagat represents the victorious Haru. It's above every door and every temple in ancient Kemet. And so in the Washington Monument, above his door, he has the Bagat. Now, Dr. Ben told me that it also represents know thyself. Know thyself. Now, how does this sun disk with wings relate to know thyself? Well, it's the victorious of Haru. Haru has to do battle with himself. And when you are victorious and winning internal, when Ma'at is victorious over Isfed, chaos, confusion, at that point, you are victorious, and only at that point do you really know yourself. That's when you're accomplishing your dreams. That's when your vision is coming to life. That's when you become master of self. And so George Washington is trying to show the exact same thing in the Washington Monument. And when you go to the Washington Memorial, above the door, the Bagat. And so they're imitating. Now, is that a coincidence? Every temple in Kemet, the Bagat. Here we are, the so-called founding fathers here, the Bagat. The Turkin, 555 feet high. Woo, 5, a very spiritual number. Rebirth, travel, spirituality. Why are they tapping? 555 feet high. And then they made an ordinance. No building in Washington, D.C. can ever be taller than the Washington Monument. Water would be in there. That's the reflecting pool. Going straight to the TEKHEN. And then they got Lincoln here. It's supposed to be the emancipator. Now, that he's trying to imitate. You'll see a picture in ancient Kemet of Ramses II. Ironically, though, he has his right foot forward. In ancient Kemet, all of the rulers have their left foot forward. Only the principal, the God, can have the right foot forward. Because that means I'm giving. Left means to receive. So that's ironic. I don't know if the person just didn't know, or that's a coincidence.